Hi, today I'm going to make a Mexican hot chocolate mug cake with horchata whipped cream and honey cinnamon syrup. I recently have been asked to bake because I used to do that a lot in a past life. I used to bake and make pastries often. It's time intensive, and I want something that's gonna be easy for you to try out. So, with the holidays coming up, the tradition in my family is that we have Mexican hot chocolate with buñuelos. Mexican hot chocolate is normal hot chocolate, or it's hot chocolate with spices like cinnamon, usually like a cayenne pepper, a type of pepper, and like chili powder. And traditionally, you melt down Mexican table chocolate with milk. So like typically in my family, we would always do is this is like a big chunk of chocolate. You break it down and simmer in a pot with milk. And then like I've also adapted to where like it's at the powder form. But again, it's just hot chocolate with spices. And then buñuelos are a fried dessert from dough. It's fried, and it is topped with sugar and then a syrup. My family always did like a cinnamon sugar with it instead of just plain sugar. We never had the syrup with it, so I don't know if that's why. But anyway, and and then the horchata whipped cream. I love horchata. But horchata is a Mexican rice drink, and it's made with milk, rice, almonds, cinnamon, sugar, vanilla, and it's like steeped, and then it's really, 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 really good. So I'm gonna take all those into one easy dessert that you can make at home. Everything I'm gonna use, you can easily grab and buy. It's gonna be short and sweet. So yeah, I'll just get started. Alright, so you need a mug. It needs to be able to hold like a cup. It could be this size of mug, this size of mug. So yeah. So I'm gonna start with the dry ingredients. So I need flour. And we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of flour. My flour container has a nice little ledge here that I can level it off on. Okay. Here we go. Alright. Okay, so that's that. And then I need 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. This is not brown sugar, this is sugar. Brown sugar. Bailey. Shh. Okay. Okay, second one. So that's the 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And then I'm going to get the baking powder. And the baking powder, we need 1/4 of a teaspoon. And these are always level. With baking, it is, I mean, you can be a little off, but typically, make sure that you get it exact, as close as possible. And a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay. And then need 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. an eighth. I mean, I'm measuring it, but I mean, if you want to do it by eye, you can. It's, you know, just a little pinch. And the salt is meant to, it's not necessary, but it kind of helps enhance the chocolate flavor and the sweetness. So this dessert isn't too sweet. I personally don't like really sweet pastries and desserts, so I try to balance it all out. Anywho, chili powder. We need, okay, it's just a little shake, right? I'm going to show you with the chili powder because I don't want you to be intimidated. It's just, there we go. Just a little bit. Okay. If you want to measure it, you can do 1/16 teaspoon of chili powder. Okay. And then cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper you can omit because it does add a little kick. The chili powder kind of just does a smokiness. It's not really too hot. But the cayenne will add a little kick to it. It's not like major. It's just a little, little in the back of your throat. Nothing too bad though. Anywho, again, just a little, okay, a little shake. 1/16 of a teaspoon if you want to measure it. Okay, you can even probably go anyway. It can be a little bit less than that. All right, so that's the dry ingredients for the mug cake. I'm going to stir it all up to get rid of the clumps from the brown sugar and just kind of make it cohesive before. Oh, okay, and we cannot forget the cocoa powder. So, I almost forgot that. And that's going to be 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder. Use the fork that I'm going to use to mix this all up with to level it. That's 1 and 2. Alright, so that is all of the dry ingredients. So I'm now going to mix this all up to break up the brown sugar clumps, so that way it's kind of all homogeneous before I add the wet ingredients. And we're going to be using the microwave today to cook this. So everything will be easy peasy, okay? Super fast. All right. So you can see, okay, pretty mixed up there. Now I'm going to add the wet ingredients. So the wet ingredients need milk. Okay, you need 3 tablespoons of milk. Yeah, 3 tablespoons of milk. 1, there, 2, 3. So I went a little over there. Nothing too excessive. It'll make it. Okay, and then we're going to do the vegetable oil. And it's going to be a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Okay. Oh, we need vanilla extract. And a fourth teaspoon of vanilla extract. Alrighty. Okay, that is all of the ingredients. Now we're going to just sit here and whisk it all together. I'm using a fork on purpose because, again, I wanted to make it easy for anybody to do at home. So, and I'm just whisking this all together, getting any clumps out, making sure that you want to kind of tilt it to make sure that there's no powder that got like trapped in the batter and didn't get mixed in. And I'm just kind of going around the edges of the cup to kind of clean it up. All right. Okay. So you can see here that it looks like, you know, pudding or batter. All right. So Now, I have a 900 watt microwave that I'm gonna use. So that took 1 minute and 15 seconds. It will take 1 minute and 15 seconds to cook this fully. If you have anything higher, I would start with 1 minute to see if it cooks it. And I'll show you what it looks like finished. You can always take a knife and kind of cut the center to see if the batter's fully cooked. And then, you know, maybe go with like 10-second increments to make sure it's fully cooked. But this is gonna go in at a 900 watt microwave for 1 minute and 15 seconds. I have a microwave right here, so I don't have to, you know, leave you. All right, so while that's going, we're going to make our whipped cream, our horchata whipped cream. This is like a classic Mexican drink. I mean, go to any Mexican restaurant in the United States and order it. It's really refreshing. So, okay. So for this, we're going to use whipped topping. Again, store-bought, because I want to make this as easy as possible. So, you want to get whipped topping. It can be the kind that's in the tub or the spray kind. The spray kind, obviously, you can just spray the amount that we need. If it's the tub kind, you want to put it in your refrigerator, like to defrost. If you don't, that's fine. It's just you're gonna need to, you know, mix it up a little bit more to break it apart and like blend it all together. So let me grab that. Okay, so I have my whipped topping, and we need. Okay, I'm gonna leave that in there for right now while I make this. Okay, so we need 1/2 cup of whipped topping. All right, just a little bit more. Okay, good enough. Okay, so there's our whipped topping. Use my rubber spatula to get it all out. Okay. Now to this, we're going to add the components that, you know, to make it taste like the horchata. So I'm going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'll use this guy. Okay, cinnamon. Okay, and that's in there. And then we need 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. Almond extract, you do, it can be, it's potent, so you, a little bit packs a punch, so you don't need a lot of it. There we go. All right. Okay, now I'm just gonna fold this all together. Just to combine it. The almond extract is really pungent and flavorful. If you don't like almond, you can omit it, and it would, I mean, the cinnamon would taste good in it as well. So that is that. Okay, I'll try it. That's it right there. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator while we work on the other parts. Be right back. Okay, so, since while I put that stuff back in the fridge, I'm gonna show you what the mug cake looks like. So, you can see, right? It's fine, it's not a big deal, that's just that little bit there. But, okay, so that's what you want it to look like. Set that there right now. And I'm gonna make the honey cinnamon crunch for the top to act like the buñuelos. Since buñuelos are a fried item, they are like the flavor, if you've ever had a sopapilla, very similar to that. except for that they are flat and crispy. They're like usually like that big. It's really, really yummy. So the potato chip, I'm gonna use potato chips to make it. You want the kind of potato chip that's not greasy and lightly salted, okay? And plain potato chip that's not greasy, lightly salted. All right. So, oh shoot, no, I grabbed this because I'm gonna smash them. I'll just use this and crush them. Sorry, I don't really want to smash them too much. No, do a little. All right, so you just want them to be crushed a little bit. Add into this bowl, this is what we're going to use in just a little bit. Okay, so to make the syrup for the honey cinnamon crunch, we need to do we need to do 2 tablespoons of honey. So get the honey. This is a tablespoon, okay? I'm gonna eyeball it because I don't feel like having to scoop it out of the measuring spoon. So 1, 2. Okay, and then it's gonna be half of a tablespoon of water to this. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I added the half tablespoon of the water. So again, the microwave today is our friend, so I'm gonna put this in for 30 seconds. And if you have a higher wattage microwave, I mean, you could do 20 seconds. Okay, so the syrup just finished in the microwave. So you can see it's all nice and bubbly. So be careful, it is hot. And then I need to add the cinnamon to it. So I'm gonna actually, because it's gonna be like probably like a 16th a 16th teaspoon, but I mean that's so tiny and minuscule. That's the size, right? So I'm just gonna eyeball it. The cinnamon in the syrup is not supposed to be this strong. Like it's just, again, supposed to be kind of cohesive with the honey itself. Yeah, this is what I want. So again, just using a fork to mix it all up because, well, you know, hopefully you have a fork at your house. If you don't, you can use your own item to stir, utensil. All right. Just shut my finger. Okay, let's try this. I love honey, so yeah. Okay, get another spoon. So now that's done. I'm going to add some to the potato chips. Now I'm going to do 1 spoon, stir it around because I only want to coat this. I'm gonna need to do like another spoon. Okay, let me taste this to see. I'm gonna do just a little bit more. Come here. You, come here. I guess we could probably just. There we go. Okay, that's good. All right, so we have our components done. I need to go grab the whipped topping. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the whipped topping here. Okay, so we've got our mug cake. Going to put our horchata whipped topping on it. Okay. And then I'm gonna put some of the honey cinnamon crunch on it. So this is again like the buñuelos portion of this here dessert. Okay. And then I'm gonna actually put some more of the honey cinnamon syrup as a drizzle on top. Yum. And this, my friends, is a Mexican hot chocolate mug cake with, oh, come back here, with horchata whipped cream and honey cinnamon crunch. Okay, so now that it's all put together, I've got to try it. All right, so I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. Okay, so you can see, isn't that pretty? Okay. So, small little treat, easy to make. If you like any other flavors more after you have it, you can always adjust the recipe for yourself. So, I like this dough. It's warm. I hope you try it out. This does not take that long. So if you are able to have it, try it out. And just thank you so much for spending your time with me and watching this.